Okay. So I'm making this video as a special defense on behalf of the Phoenix Suns organization and the rampant comment that is spreading toward social media that the Suns had an easy road to the playoffs. Now, is it their fault that they run through injured teams? Is it luck? Or is it really an excuse for those quote unquote fans on why they lost against the Phoenix Suns? The Phoenix Suns have been a well oiled machine throughout the playoffs. From the first round to their eventual finals appearance this year, they have been consistent. And yet, there are those who like to comment in social media that the Phoenix Suns have just got an easy way, a cakewalk towards the finals because of injuries. And in this video, I'm going to explain, or I'm going to go in the defense of the Suns in that particular matter. And I'm starting with the Los Angeles Lakers. As we all know, the Lakers' injury was Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Anthony Davis, with a not 100% LeBron James. The Phoenix Suns faced the Lakers in the first round. What they could have done, though, is with Davis, they were up 2-1 until he fell down on Game 4. It's that they could have made some proper adjustments. For example, where was Costas Antetokounmpo? Where was Marc Gasol? Where was Montrezl Harrell? They were nowhere in sight. Where was Markieff Morris? Did he showed up? Did the role player showed up when it mattered the most? And when I say role player showed up when it mattered the most, we'll get to that on the Clippers. Because in my opinion, the Lakers still have a chance. They got the best player of all time in LeBron James. They've got Marc Gasol, who was a former world champion with the Toronto Raptors. They got Montrezl Harrell. Why wasn't the coach playing them in spite of the absence of Anthony Davis? It was an adjustment away from extending the series from 6 to 7, and we could have seen a more healthy LeBron towards Game 7. Also, they've got LeBron, the best player in the world, and yet the excuse was there was no Anthony Davis. Well, if you were paying attention on that series, Chris Paul was also injured, but he strived to play through one shoulder. And yet these same fans who defend the Lakers saying AD was injured are the ones who are implying that Chris Paul was also cursed, that he gets injured always in the playoffs. They're laughing him off. So in my opinion, the injury argument against the Suns in terms of the Lakers is ad hominem. It was just an attack discrediting the Suns' effort on their win towards the defending champions. It is also note that Caruso, Kuzma, Dennis Schroeder did not show up during this game, especially Andre Drummond. You've got tons of depth in the Lakers bench. Why not use them? So that's it. I conclude that the argument with the Lakers being injured is why the Suns won is false. The Lakers did not do any adjustments. They've just stick on their game plan, and the coach just hope AD played one game, like game 6. He forced Anthony Davis to play. That's it. As a coach, you need to have a backup plan, bro. I will get to that when we get to the Clippers. Now, for our next example, Exhibit B. Denver Nuggets and the sweep. So the argument here on the Denver Nuggets is Jamal Murray was out. While it's true Jamal Murray could have contributed on the scoring aspect of the Denver Nuggets, the argument that Jamal Murray was out, that's why the Suns won, is kinda invalid. It's like saying the Suns won't make any adjustments if Jamal Murray was on the team playing for the series. Another thing to note is you've got the MVP, number 15 right here, Nikola Jokic. He is the most valuable player, and he should have acted as one. As MVP, he could have carried the team for at least 2 victories in that series. And yet the complaint here, why the Suns swept the Nuggets, is without Jamal Murray. Have they forgotten they also have Austin Rivers on the team? They have Michael Porter on the team? It makes no sense. It's like saying Jamal Murray is more valuable than the MVP himself. Well, it's obvious that the MVP should have help from his supporting cast. The MVP could have at least carry the team. And note that even if Jamal Murray, as I said earlier, is in the team, is in playing for the series, the Suns could have made proper adjustments. So, the argument that the Phoenix Suns won because Jamal Murray was out, is also an attack, discrediting the Suns' effort. Denver could have played harder, the MVP could have played harder, but no. Social media trolls are usually overrating Jamal Murray's performance, that he could have single-handedly carried Denver against Phoenix. Like the Phoenix Suns don't know any adjustments. Have they forgotten how good Monty Williams is as a coach? Exhibit C. This guy, Kawhi Leonard of the Los Angeles Clippers. Another notable injury, Serge Ibaka. If anyone has the right to complain on injury, it could be the Clippers. Because without Serge Ibaka, without Kawhi Leonard, the Clippers put on a fight against the Phoenix Suns. This is where they've started to miss out on the clutch performance or the endgame of Kawhi Leonard. But Paul George could have made those free throws. They could have won. The excuse here is no Kawhi for the Clippers. That's why the Suns won. The Suns won because they were clutch. Paul George was good, and I wish he was consistent more in the Western Conference Finals. However, the Clippers showed what the Lakers and the Nuggets didn't do while having injuries on their team, and that is to adjust. We've seen the excellence of Tyronn Lue adjusting to the circumstances. There's no Zubats in Game 5, and yet the Clippers won Game 5 on the Suns' home floor because Ty Lue adjusted his team to benefit the circumstances. If they didn't let Devin Booker get the dunk in Game 1, if Paul George could have sunk in the 2 free throws on Game 2, and if on Game 4 that 9-minute lead of the Phoenix Suns, 9-minute 1-point lead by the Phoenix Suns was broken, if the Clippers made a shot in the fourth quarter, Clippers could have been in the finals. So in the end, it's in the players on the floor. They played good defense on Devin Booker. They played good defense on Chris Paul when he returned from the virus. They managed to stop and slow down Ayton on Game 5. Why stop there? If they were only consistent and can end in clutch times, they could have won. So I do not want that injury excuse for the Clippers because they almost had it. Sure, it would be an awfully different series if Kawhi and Serge was there. But you should admit you were also the ones who supported an 0-2 Clippers, laughing and saying the Clippers would win because they were down 0-2, and that was their trend during the playoffs, being down 0-2, winning 4 straight. So in the end, injuries are part of the game. And being part of the game, there should have been adjustments. That is my take and in defense of the Phoenix Suns run towards the finals. Thank you for watching.